Good afternoon. Thank you so much for joining us for Living in the Heart of Virginia this afternoon. I'm Tab O'Neill, and welcoming back to our show. He was with us a couple of weeks ago, Tommy Bryant. He is an author, but prior to becoming an author and continuing today, and I know that he's planning on the future, he is also has his own business. He is in direct marketing, and his book is entitled Dorm-Based Business, Direct Marketing for Generation Y. When you were on last, we took the opportunity to talk a lot about direct marketing, what it was. I wanted to go back and kind of glean some things from your book, specifically and straight from the book, Dorm-Based Business, to talk about. But before we do that, what qualifies you, if I may ask, to write this book?
Well, I started my own direct marketing business as a senior in high school, and that was in 2006. And actually, my mom is my sponsor in the business. She got me started. So I've been taking the product since I was about 12 years old. So I knew the product, and I didn't really know if I wanted to get involved with the business, but my mom encouraged me, and when I turned 18, I signed up and started working it in high school. So that was really not a dorm-based business. That was still a living with mom and dad business.
Yeah.
But I did go to college. I went to Mary Washington in Fredericksburg, and that's where I did the bulk of my business on my own. So I was away from my mom. I went out there through trial and error and met people and, did networking groups, BNI, Chamber of Commerce. And this is really my story. There are a lot of personal stories in here about me doing that.
One of the things that I gleaned from the book is that, of course, it's written under the context of dorm-based business, but, and you talk about this in here, those of us who are well beyond college years, those of us who may not have gone into college quite yet, you can apply a lot of the things within this book to starting that home-based business in direct marketing. One of the stories that you tell in here, you have started the business, you're in your dorm room, you're working real hard at it, and I don't know if he was a business student or not, but one of your fellow students walks down the hall, sees you in the dorm room, and immediately comes in and asks you, is that a pyramid scheme?
That happens all the time. And this particular story, it was a friend down the hall, and I had just moved in, and he came up and he thought he was pretty smart. He wanted to catch me with my pants down. And so I told him, I asked him, what is a pyramid scheme to you? And he had no idea what it was. A lot of people think that pyramid schemes are any shape that's a pyramid.
Right.
And anything shaped like a pyramid. You've got organizations, companies, churches. You've got people who are above other people who tell them what to do and manage them.
And you go on to relate that in here. And in fact, it just dawned on me while you were talking. It was a dollar bill. You have a pyramid right there on the dollar bill.
And it's a very strong foundation.
And one of the cool things, I wish I had some blocks here, some kids' blocks here. If I were to take blocks and I were to build a pyramid right here, people think, well, I'm part of this organization. I don't have any importance. But if you pull the lowest stone out of that pyramid no longer is going to exist. It's going to fall. And the neat thing is those people in the pyramid are supporting those who are above them, which is how this direct marketing program works, not unlike any kind of distribution method going through middlemen and warehousing and that kind of stuff.
That's exactly right. And what he was getting at, he was actually referring to a Ponzi scheme, which is illegal, and you can spot those real easy. They don't have a product or service. They're just people exchanging money, and they're disguised a lot of times as gifting programs, and unfortunately a lot of times churches and religious organizations will use them as tithing, and unfortunately that's a lot of the time what happens.
You've got a section in your book on how to select a company. It's a scoring method in which when you get to the end of the scoring, you kind of almost grade it like you would a school paper, A, B, C, or D, 90, 80, 70, 60%, whether you should join that company or not. Was that based on some experience of yourself? And also, I guess I imagine with talking to your mother, who's got a lot of experience in this field as well.
Yeah, it's from my own experience and what typical companies work and what don't. I sat down with my family, I sat down with other people in the business, and I sat down with some experts in the field of business analysis and financial statements, and we looked at companies' earnings, we looked at not only their performance and how long their longevity, but also how do the employees and the business owners in the company, how are they enjoying it? Is their product selling? all of those type of things were factored into that quiz.
You talk about training and support and all the stuff that goes to make a good business for one. Unfortunately, Tommy, we're out of time again. I wanted to get to the story about the crab bucket, but you'll just have to pick up the book and read the parable of the crab bucket. I think that's pretty cool. Thank you so much for coming in. I appreciate it.
Thanks for having me, Ted.
And of course, you can learn more about a dorm-based business. Tommy has a book signing coming up on Friday the 8th from 6 to 8 p.m. at Gibbons Books at 2236 Lakeside Drive in Lynchburg. You can also learn more online, dormbasedbusinessbook.com. LHOV.com.